All right, guys. Thank you very much for waiting. Are you all here and ready to go? Yes? Headphones on. Headphones on would be awesome. That's the sound of a glove going on in the background here. Guys, thank you all for being here today. Can you guys hear me all right? Okay, this is how we're going to test out these silent disco headsets. Is I want you guys to scream, so I know you're all there, so I can hear you through this. Would you do that for me? Okay. Are you guys all here? Yeah. All right. Yeah, now that's a setup for a fight there. That's what we want. So I appreciate everyone joining us today here at Accelerate. Is this their first time at Accelerate? Will you please raise your hand? Awesome. Oh, wow. Okay. We got a lot of first timers. All right. Well, we're going to make this a good experience. Who's been here more than one time? 2 times? Who's been here 3 times? 4 times? Nobody's 4 times? 3 times? Awesome. Well, thank you very much. You guys, again, the beginners are soon to be that. There's so much that's happening this week, today, tomorrow, actually yesterday during the partner session, that we enjoy sharing with you. Obviously, this is an event for your benefit. It's not just about us. It's about our customers. It's about sharing where we're going, how we're doing it with you, for you. And part of that is also highlighting, what we see in our community and like who the rock stars are, right? And I've got 3 of the rock stars up here, and you guys are all here to like see the rumble. How many of you are admins in your organization, or actually actively engage or manage the app, right? So you're really kind of interested in seeing what's going on in there and how things are happening and what kind of skills and awesomeness these guys are going to share with us. So this is the setup for today, right? If you've not done the Royal Rumble before, we've got a bunch of presenters. I'm actually jump to that in a moment with rules in the setup. We'll go through the first round, right, with everyone. Then we're going to ask you guys to vote. Then we're going to take a pause and we're going to go through the second round, and we'll ask you to vote. The winner is already, going to be, or it's going to be decided upon by you. But for sake of time and keeping things going, I'm actually going to jump straight into our session fighters here. We have Gaurav Ketterpal coming in from India. Arrived 48 hours ago, is ready to go ahead and show us some of his skills that he's brought to Accelerate this year. Following Gaurav is going to be Megan Broadkey, who came down from the lovely land of Seattle, Washington, correct? Yes. Yes, and she's excited to share her wisdom as well. And then our reigning champion, Adam Olshansky, who's even brought his cape and the other glove that he took down last year, right? So I know in fighting there's not very many things to remember, but we do have some basic rules, right? I mentioned there is the 2-round rule. We got the first round coming up first. Each hacker has 2 minutes to go through their demo, right? They've gone through this before. We've walked through it. It's amazing stuff. They're going to go through and share that with you, right? And then we're having you vote, again, on your mobile devices for who you see as being the best, the greatest in that session. Now, we're going to do this 2 ways. We're actually going to have you guys all vote, get that out there, do the second session, and then afterwards, obviously, we want to open this up for your questions and engagement. So depending on how much time we have here, we'll do that here in this space. If for whatever reason we get kicked out, we'll be doing it over at the speaker area. Do you guys know where the speaker area is? It's just like 100 yards this way behind me. So I just want to set that up because things get a little crazy. I know you guys are back-to-back scheduled. I want to respect your schedule as well as what we've done here. So that said, why don't I go ahead and move it forward to Gaurav as he goes ahead and jumps into round 1. Hold on. This is the important little detail we added, if I can get this set, which is... All right, Gaurav, you're up. I'm going to give you this set. Yep. You're going to hit play, and here's your laser beam if you like it.
Okay. All right, so good morning, ladies, gentlemen, and admins. Calling out admins because they don't often get the respect that they deserve. This is what a typical Salesforce org looks like, and since this is the Royal Rumble, the ideal scenario would be that an undertaker comes in, he paints your org all black, blue, and green. This is a business conference and enterprise users, so this won't quite work. So we'll probably end up doing the next best thing. I'll explain you one of the least known secrets of Salesforce, which is two-factor authentication. As the name itself suggests, it's basically adding another layer of security for your org. You can allow passwordless logins, you can use fingerprinting features. The way you do it is you go to session settings, look for a setting called lightning login. Yep, so lightning login, you look for it, you enable it, and then make sure that it's in the high assurance mode along with the two-factor authentication. Then you would go to your settings, not the profile but the settings, and then you would enable a couple of features which are lightning login for your profile as well as two-factor authentication. This hack relies on an application called Salesforce Authenticator, which I'll just show. So you enroll for lightning login, and then you connect with two-factor authentication. It's already connected. So this is the Authenticator application I was talking about. What this does is it's basically adding another level of authentication as a bunch of features. You can set up verification code. It can show you the locations from where your user is logging in. So now I'll go ahead and launch Salesforce One, as I usually do every day on my mobile phone. And I enter my username and password. But the big difference here is that instead of logging me in when I hit the login button, it actually asks for the second level of security. So it just prompted me a push notification, and then I go to the Authenticator app, and I can either approve or deny. It shows the current location as well as a bunch of other information. Once I approve, it approves me and logs me into Salesforce One, and then I can do stuff usually as I would do in Salesforce One. So, and then it completes the OAuth dance and goes to the Salesforce One home screen. So not very well known, but since enterprise usually rely a lot on security, not a very well known feature, but definitely something which users should look at and admins should look at configuring. That's all. Thank you.
Outstanding job. Love that first contender in the first round there. We're going to jump forward now to Megan Broadkey. If you guys can give her a warm welcome. Are you ready for this?
Sort of.
You're in hot water now. This is just the beginning, right? So I'm just going to go ahead. You go ahead and press play when you're ready to go. And would you like this?
Sure.
Okay.
Awesome. Oh, damn.
You're okay.
Do you want to press play?
You got it.
Thank you. Awesome. So what I'm going over is the fact that you can use custom settings to write out people for the ability to bypass bot validation rule. So let's say you have a profile where you want to have somebody that isn't affected by a validation rule, or you have a specific user. Instead of using their ID, you can use a custom setting, and then you would just use it with the setup dot, and then you have your custom setting name followed by the name of the field that you're using in your custom setting that you would just enter into your validation rule. So for example, we have the ability to change the account owner that we had up, and you go to your custom setting, you'll just click on manage, and then once it comes up, you're able to go and determine, for example, we have our marketing user here. Currently, they have the ability to change the account segment. And let's say we want to be able to give them the opportunity to bypass the ability to change the lead source so that they have that right. So we've created a field here for the ability to edit the lead source. We're going to hit save. And this is going to give that marketing user that ability to be bypassed. We can add any other profile here without having to go in and update that validation rule every single time we want to add another profile. And in addition, you can go to one place to look at who has that ability on the profile level and on the user level. And in your validation rule, you just need to have that one write out listed, and you're able to go through it like that. And that's everything.
Nice, excellent job. I know, Adam, you got some competition already lining up here on you. How you feeling?
Bring it on.
Yeah, you good for this? All right. So Adam's gonna move forward. Do you want me to hit play for you?
Sure.
You ahead and tell me.
All right, go ahead. All right, so I'm playing the role of a salesperson from Dunder Mifflin named Jim Halpert. You see these are some of the users in our org. So we have a bunch of them reporting to my boss, Michael Scott. You see over there a bunch of our salespeople there. And I'm going to show you a hack for the role hierarchy here. And so we have a pretty standard role hierarchy for our org, where the salesperson role reports up to the regional manager role all the way up to the CEO. And my boss actually only wants to see the leads created by people on his team. He's not really interested in the leads created by everybody else. So you see Karen reports to Josh, Pete reports to Andy, so not everybody reports to Michael, but he's interested in everybody that reports to him. And so I created a formula field on the lead object here called My Team, and just a text formula field. And essentially what it's doing is it's using the user global object to check if the current user's ID is equal to the created by user's manager ID. And if so, it'll output true, and if not, it'll output false. And this way it'll show you if a record equals somebody below you. And so I don't have a team, so nobody shows up in my list view, but I'm going to sign in as Michael. He likes the new shiny lightning experience UI. And so you see after he signs in here, I told him to create some favorites. My boss doesn't always listen too well, so he didn't actually end up creating any favorites. But I can still go and check my list views under leads. We're going to check all of our leads here, and we'll see that I have 25 leads in the org. 4 of them were created by Karen, though, and it's unfortunate she's some pretty cool people there, David Blaine, Mark Benioff, but because Karen's not on Michael's team, Michael's not really interested in them. So if we take Karen's 4 leads away from our 25, we see that we now have 21 leads under the My Team list view. All the leads created by people on Michael's team, you see a bunch of them are created by me there, which is pretty cool. The other thing managers need to be able to do is report on this information. So Michael can run a report using the My Team field, where it's set equal to true, and we see the 21 leads of all of the people created by those on Michael's team. Thank you very much.
All right. Wow, that was, you guys are pulling in Salesforce 1, you're pulling in Lightning. This is turning into quite the adventure here as I'm learning a lot of stuff. Back in my days, Salesforce admins were not quite this deep, so you guys are definitely showing us the knowledge. Now we're actually, for sake of timing here, because we got a little late start, we're actually going to consolidate all your votes into one single vote. I mean, we're not going to do a vote round 1, vote round 2. We're actually going to do one single vote, and the laser's still on and hitting me in the face. So what we're going to do is we're going to move straight into round 2, get you guys' votes. How are we feeling it's going so far? You guys feeling this? Yes? All right. We're going to get this going, and then again, we're going to get the jazz flying, get the knowledge happening from our contenders here. And again, we're going to get Gaurav back up here and make the next round happen. Are you ready? Hold on. Teamwork. Here we go.
All right, so my second hack is called I Rest My Case. This is inspired by a case which got opened and closed as many as 37 times. It's a Guinness Book of, it classifies for a Guinness World Record. Cases get opened and closed, reopened all the time. So this allows you to track how many times cases are reopened. So you essentially create a custom field on case called status count, and you initialize it to 0. And then you create a workflow which basically identifies what all states a case can be in, and when it gets reopened, you trigger a field update. So the status count field that we had defined, we fire an action where it gets incremented by 1. Whatever the earlier value was, it gets incremented by 1. So if a case gets closed and gets, so I'm creating a new case here. Let me just create a case where the origin is phone. The initial value is shown as 0, but now that it's opened, it shows the the updated value as 1. We'll now go ahead and close this case. I need to enter a root cause as well, a case reason. I'll need to do that again, which I do that. It was an installation issue, and we close out the case. So the count stays 1 because the case has now been closed. It was opened and it was closed. Now I'll go ahead and change the status and make it new again because I'm not happy with what was done, and the count now goes up to 2. So that this basically shows that this particular case has been opened twice. And now just to ensure that it works or not, I'll go ahead and close the case one more time. Apparently wasn't an installation issue, it was an equipment design issue. So we'll go ahead and set the status as closed, and now the count stays 2. So essentially a simple trick which allows you to identify cases which have been opened versus cases which were closed in one go, and the way you can identify your best performing service reps and avoid disasters like cases getting opened 37 times. That's it. Thank you.
Nicely done. Love that. Bringing in the service organization, the cases are key. Fantastic. Megan, things are heating up here.
Do you want to do the play again?
I can do the play again.
Okay.
Would you like the laser again?
I would love the laser
Here
again.
we go. All right. On your call.
Go for it. Awesome. So what I'm going to be going over here is global variables. So let's say you're using cases internally and you have your internal users that are submitting requests. When you use the standard My Cases view, this is going to show you cases where you're the owner. So if you look at my cases, you can see the case owner alias, these are all me. These aren't cases I submitted, these are cases I own that other people submitted. So if we create a custom field that's called My Requests using the global user variable, and we have the current user's email matches the supplied email if we have email to case set up, or the contacts email if you have contacts for your internal users, and then we use this field for our filter instead of using the My Cases, and we have the My Requests, you're then able to have the cases that you submitted show instead of just the cases where it's the cases that you're working. And you leave it as all cases and you do My Request equals true. You can use this in other situations as well. So for example, if you have account managers or customer success managers that are also working on accounts, if they're not the account owner, you can't use the My Accounts dropdown. What you can do though is, so for example, on this lovely Bob the Builder account, we have Jason Cobbs as the owner, and I'm going to put myself in as the account manager. The standard My Accounts view isn't going to work here for me, but if we go over into the account fields, you'll notice that we've created a custom field where that's called My Account, where we're looking at whether the current user's ID matches the account manager's ID or the account owner's ID. And with the global variable, you're able to then use this field instead of the standard My Account list view, and you can use this as your criteria for your filter instead. So you would hide the standard My Accounts filter, and you'd create a new list view, and I'm going to do that right now. And I would use the My Account formula field that we just created. I'm going to leave it with all accounts so that way it's not going to get filtered down to my account based on the account owner. But this way, with the my account being true, when we save this, you're going to be able to see any accounts where you're either the account manager or the account owner, and both of those are going to show up in the list. And so yeah, and then we'll save. Oh, and make sure it's visible to all users so everybody can get use out of it instead of just saving it for yourself. Yes, and you can see it's going to show up. We have Bob the Builder right here as our second account, and Jason Cobbs is the owner, but it's showing up on the My Accounts list because I'm listed as the account manager. And that's it.
Awesome job. Oof. Adam, how you feeling?
A little nervous.
A little nervous. You should
good.
be. I've been seeing a lot of. I've also been hearing some name dropping there too. Bob the Builder, David Blaine, Mark Benioff. They know people. You got to bring your A game on this. The oven's on broil right now, my friend. This is where if you want to make that matching set a reality, because they're doing really well on you right now, sir.
Definitely got my work cut out for me.
You
for
do.
Sure.
Would you like the?
Yes, please. Thank you very much.
Go ahead and tell me when.
All right. Go ahead. All right, so this is a little bit different. I'm going to be hacking the time in this case, actually. So stepping back into Jim's shoes, we're using an external system to stamp all of our opportunities with a legacy field value. We're not using Apttus, unfortunately. And that system's external, takes a little while to run. And so when we create large opportunities, we want to notify our manager, but we have to wait to actually send the email to him. So my coworker Dwight set up a workflow rule with a time trigger using the standard created date field, using it an hour after the created date. But I actually want to beat him to the punch. And so one of my coworkers, Pam, told me about this hack that I'm going to share with you here. And so she created this created date hack field for me on the opportunity object. It's a date time formula field, and it's using the formula 1 over 60 minutes times 24 hours times X, where X is the number of minutes in the past. So we're going to wait 5 minutes for our legacy system to run and set the time 55 minutes in the past using this calculation created date minus 0.038, which is the result of that formula. And so I have just a generic email template here that I can use for my workflow. And we'll jump into the workflow here. I'm going to deactivate it real quick just to show you the different options for us to set our time trigger on. So as I mentioned, when I create a new time trigger now, I can use it to set up a certain number of hours. And normally I would use the created date field, but instead I'm going to use the created date hack field that I created. And so we're just going to reactivate this workflow again real quick here. And now I'm going to go create a new opportunity and see this in action. So I create a new opportunity. I'm here at Apttus Accelerate. I'm having a great time. I'm going to update an existing customer. Pretty lucrative opportunity. Let's go with $10 million and set the close date to today. Set the stage to value proposition and save. And now we're going to see here that even though my created date is 1/16, my created date hack field is 55 minutes in the past, 12/21. And so now when I go check my time-based workflow queue, I can go click on search here, and I see that my email is going to get sent out 5 minutes after the created date, even though the standard would normally be an hour. And so if I go check Michael's email here, I see that he got an email from Jim Halpert that a new opportunity was created for $10 million. It has our legacy config info from our external system. And a reminder, the opportunity is going to close today, so make sure to congratulate the salesperson and vote for Adam Olshansky. Thank you very much.
What? Awesome. Wow. Okay, that was, you just went time traveling there on me. Working in the past there. All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to be figuring it out now based on your votes who the winner is, right? So we want all you to take your mobile devices out, your cell phones, and go ahead and text to the above number on the screen to 22333. Either A for Adam, B for Gaurav, or C for Megan. Again, that's A for Adam, B for Gaurav, and C for Megan. We're going to give you guys a couple minutes to do that. Muddle it over. I see you guys are doing that, texting the 2233. See, there's a little sweat beading up on their on the brows here. I'm hearing the music in the background. Feel it's fight time. It's coming down the store. What's the referee say? How are they really going to define this matchup? It's all upon you, friends. No pressure at all. They already did their job up on stage. Now it's you guys that are going to deliver in the crowd. People are texting you. Oh, whoa, look at this back and forth. Again, that's 2233. Oh, Gaurav's in there now. Adam and Megan's kind of in there. What's happening? It's on the ropes. Gaurav's working his way back in. Adam's trying to fight his way back. He's getting out of the corner. Megan's got a strong lead on him there. Still going. Wow, I'm watching. This is blow by blow. What was that, a series of uppercuts on you, Megan? that was phenomenal. Guard's back up. She's going back in. She's taking some territory back. Gaurav's sneaking up on the outside there. Some great things. What we saw Salesforce 1 pop up. We saw lightning. We saw some time travel. We saw a lot of just unbelievable things there. And I'll give you guys another 15 seconds, and then we're going to call it. Oh, look at this. How does this continue to move? How many people are in the room? Are you guys voting multiple times?
Close.
All right, I think we're going to wrap it up right there. Oh, my gosh, look at that. Look at you, what is Adam coming up? So I think we're going to such a close fight. Gaurav did an awesome job coming in third place. Then we got Adam, the reigning champion's been dethroned by Megan coming down from the wet, awesome space of Seattle. Guys, thank you very much. That was the winner defined. So that said, Megan, you get this. I'm going to take that.
I'm going to need that.
Oh, you're going to need this too. Yeah, it's for you too. So you get the bottle of champagne and the boxing glove. And I think maybe this is what we should set up for next year. Maybe next year when Adam comes back, because I know you're going to come back to fight, maybe you do double or nothing and bring that thing and put it on the table, right? Maybe you both come up here. Yes? All right. Well, we got another 7 minutes in here. You guys will have some questions. We can do some quick Q&A. Yeah, get some pictures in there. Tag me. Good? Gaurav get in there too, the fighters? All right. Now, I know you guys saw some amazing things again. Awesome job of you guys on stage, wrapping it up. Are there any questions out there? Do you guys have any questions you want to ask in front of everyone? Anyone not too shy? Or shall we move this over to the speaker area? Good?
Hey, Aaron?
Yes?
Question. If everybody can please leave their headphones on the back of your chairs as you're walking out, that'd be great. Thank you.
Great. So you guys heard it, the voice of the big man upstairs. Actually, he's in the back of the room. But guys, one more time, let's give a round of applause to our competitors and you for all showing up. Thank you very much for being here today. Awesome job, guys. Congratulations. Thank you very much. And you can just, there you go. Awesome. Well done, guys. And again, if you guys are going to be over the Speaker Center or right here is fine too. Thank you.